What is going on, guys? My name is Oral. Welcome back to Amorous. In the last episode, we started our date with Lex, and in this episode, we're going to be continuing said date. So let's jump into this and let's have some fun. Call Lex. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I had a pretty good time chatting with Lex outside the club. Maybe I should give them a call. Ring, ring, ring. Click. Hey, it's you, Oro, right? Hey, Lex, yeah, that's right. I figured I'd give you a call, see what you were up to. Nothing much right now, just in the middle of work. Oh, I'm not interrupting, I hope. Nah, so long as I get the project done in time, they don't really care. Don't exactly need to keep office out. Did you guys just see those eyelashes pop up on the screen? Don't exactly need to keep office hours when I work from home. Anyway, what's up? I just wanted to say thanks for I was wondering if you were free to hang out. Not right now, but I'll be free later this evening. What do you say? Want to hit up a bar or for some drinks? That sounds fun, sure. I'm talking actual drinking too, so bring your game face. Ha, looking to get me wasted, huh? Gonna try. You look like enough of a lightweight that I can take you. You're on, Lex. Right, we'll see you later, okay? I'll text the address over in a sec. See you there, Lex. Take a cab, dude. I'll cover it if you want. See you later. Click. I guess they said the bar was in a rough part of town. If Lex parks at Amorous, I'm sure I'll be fine. Parks at Amorous. Well, I've got some time to kill before I go. Guess I've got time to email off a few applications and get something a little more nighttime appropriate to wear. Wear something a little more punk appropriate. Casual. I mean, the time passed quickly as I whiled away the afternoon on a few unlikely job applications and catching up on a few YouTube shows. I showered up and was ready for the cab by the time the night was to set in. I'd have to pace myself tonight if Lex had anything to say about it. The bar wasn't too far from Amorous. It was further away from the beachfront and a few blocks from the commercial side of the city. The building wasn't much to look at from the street. The sign was simply painted and lit by a spotlight either side. Waiters, or winking waiters as the sign read, was a small squat building, painted in a white and black motif on the outside with black shutters that could be pulled over the frosted glass windows. Lex had mentioned that the place catered to bikers, and the car park reflected that with a row of bike spaces along a rail by the bar like an old-fashioned hitching post in a cowboy movie. Cool place. Lex was waiting outside, sitting on the middle rail, kicking their boots back and forth and smoking a cigarette. They waved me over with a cocky salute, swinging their legs back over the rail up onto the ramp to the doors as I made my way up the steps that divided the bike spaces. Hey, Lex, didn't keep you waiting long, did I? Nah, I was just chilling here. Anyway, let's get going. You bet. The pub was spacious. A huge lacquered bar was set up opposite the door's end. The muted sound of the pool balls clattered under the music coming from either side of the bar, where doors led to a large room in the back where they just must play. You could glimpse the players sometimes when a bartender moved through their own door to the rear bar, a mirror to this one but on the other side of the wall. Small tables were set up front side of the building, a handful populated already by a few guys our own ages, and some older veterans in leathers and bandanas. I got the feeling that rougher side of the bar was at the back. The music was indeed more Lex's speed, a rockier beat and more alternative clientele. Well, perhaps Amorous had the most alternate lifestyle club-goers. Good to see you, dude. Figured you'd find the place okay. So what you drinking anyhow? I'm thinking beer myself. We took a seat at the bar on well-worn but well-maintained stools, and Lex cast a hand over the selection of liquor bottles and beer taps. Well, I guess if you're wanting to go drink for drink, you might want to go with beer. The Thandon Thorpe is pretty good. It's an IPA, kind of dry and fruity. They've got all the usual stuff, too. Something light, Cool, let me get the first round. Lex ordered up with me, promising to get the next round. The place was a lot quieter than Amorous was, and it was a lot easier to hold a conversation. I was hoping not to get too drunk and make an idiot of myself when... So, Aura, you ever played Easy Way, Hard Way? No, I don't think I've heard of that. It's a drinking game, kind of like Never Have I Ever. We take turns asking questions. If it's an easy question, then the person who answers has to drink. If it's a hard question, then the person who asks has to drink too. That doesn't sound like much of a game. Lex shrugged and flashed me a playful grin as they kicked my stool with a boot gently. Well, true for dare without the dare part is just lame. Anyway, it gives us topics whilst we chill out. So if I ask an awkward question, we both have to drink, otherwise only you have to. Pretty much. You're supposed to kind of mix it up, but it always ends up with some weird questions. Oh, and if you ask the same question again, you have to drink, even if the other person brought it up the first time. And I guess if we get too drunk, we won't give great answers, but maybe I'd get a funnier answer for something if I wanted. Alright, I'm ready. Okay, easy random question to start with. Boxer briefs or something else? Right on. Then you drink, or we both drink. Then you ask your question. Easy. What's your favorite, Well, I think I said before, but I like those old school arcade games, so I guess one of those would maybe count. Probably Have Some Dead too. The first one was good, but the second boss was like a total quarter stealer. I've played that one before, yeah. That was before they introduced the shotgun one, right? Yeah, exactly. You know, they actually brought the whole Have Some Dead series out on the Nintendo 3. The ones aren't anywhere near as cool as the light guns from the arcade, but it's still pretty cool. You see, this is my kind of topic, video games. I didn't play many old school games, like I more or less have played more newer PC games, not many, mainly because I'm a poor person. And I haven't had much money to buy like a lot of games, but I'm a gamer. All of the ones I've played, I've enjoyed. My favorites from when I was younger was like Mario Kart, Double Dash, Super Mario Sunshine, Donkey Kong 64. Like, I played some good ones, and I remember on the DS, the new Super Mario Bros. When that came out. And I don't know what my newest favorite game is. And I don't know if I can say Amorous is my favorite game. It's more a visual novel. It has some aspects of a game, so I guess it counts. But I like it. I kind of like I like the story, you know? You know, I like most things about this game. Just certain things I would prefer. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. Let me guess. You're one of those kids who really got into the guns. Maybe. The shitty thing about the home version is that you can't dual wield because you need the fun chunks. You know, be player 1 and 2 at the same time and use both guns. I always used to love doing that. It made me feel like an action hero. You know, there's other pretty cool games out on console these days. Braz and Blur is another cool series that is sort of like an old arcade fighting game, but on console. It's a 2D fighter, but with rock music as the background. We should totally play sometime. I get the feeling you might kick my ass. Nah, I'd play nice. Lex downed their drink easily and gave me a grin through their pearly teeth. I guess they can handle their booze easily enough. Okay, I've got a question for you. What was your dream job when you were a kid? Let's see. What's your, I guess I've got two answers, so you better be ready to drink up for Lex's story time. I stand by it even more then. Okay, well, my most favorite memory is from when I was little. My family, that's me, my mom, and my dad, and my two younger sisters, we drove down the coast on like a whole week road trip, stopping along the way at a bunch of cool historical shit, like the Capitol and a bunch of national monuments. We had this big checkbook that my mom made of stuff to see. Anyway, we finally ended up driving all the way down to the Space Center. It was the first time I'd really even thought about how huge... I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be in bold or something. Yeah. I don't know if the creators of this game watched my videos, but there's an error. The galaxy was, I made my dad take me through their solar system tour like 4 times just to get to look up at the huge ceiling where they projected the galaxies and stuff to show off the universe. Kinda stupid, I guess, but it was kinda eye-opening when I was little. We went to Disneyland. I just like their bootleg version of everything. Disneyland. I would go there. Land the next day for my sisters mostly, and I just remember being more excited about looking up at the night sky from the hotel than like meeting Mike and the mouse, all that stuff. That's kind of deep, Lex. I'm a little surprised. What? The punk who swears a ton can't be deep. Nah, I fucking love that shit, you know? Knowing that there's a trillionth of a chance that the planet wasn't just sucked into the sun or flew apart into some asteroids or something, let alone the chances of us being here. That's pretty cool to think about. Yeah, well said. Oh, so you said you had another answer? Yeah, well, I guess that's my favorite memory, watching those movies at the space station. My most funny memory, that's maybe a tie. Oh? Well, yeah. Or yeah, well, okay, it makes me sound like a dumbass, but I didn't have a ton of friends when I was younger. Between the whole appearance thing and just being sort of one of those kids who shut themselves in during the summer. After college, I started getting in good with my local friends. A couple of them were on my course and dragged my ass here after class and got me out of my shell and all that shit. Anyway, a couple years ago was the first time all of us got together and went on a trip together. It wasn't anything special or anything. About 10 of us in a couple of leaky tents trying to light a campfire for 8 hours, but we hung out all together for a whole weekend getting wasted and just chilling out together, swapping war stories and laughs and all that stuff. It was pretty eye-opening. Some of them I knew pretty well, but I hadn't heard them talk about themselves or gotten to hang out with them without, like, them having their guard up or something. Just made me feel at home, you know? Hanging out with a bunch of people you know so well that you got sucked into their stories and shit. Some of them are great friends now, even more than before the trip, and we still try to go camping a few times during the summer. It's kinda stupid, sappy shit, but when I'm hanging out with people who, like, totally get me, I mean, like, can finish the sentence for you, it feels like being around family. That's really sweet of you, Lex. Cheers. Psh, I guess, dude. I threw back my drink as best I could under Alexa's playful approval. The drinks here were actually pretty good, as much as the bars seemed to have a lot more about the atmosphere and clientele. Lex snickered into the glass as they took another long drink. They were looking a little rosy-cheeked, but stuck out their tongue as they ordered another glass for us both. Okay, so you're secretly sappy. Don't worry, I won't ruin your reputation. So your turn for a question. Yeah, dude, I don't think there's a ton of people who believe you. Okay, my question. What's the worst you've ever ended up getting hurt? Let's see. So I guess it just skips my answers. It would have been more interesting if I replied. Ask an easy question. That's easy enough. I've always liked those musclehead movies from the 80s and 90s. You know, the ones where just shooting a pistol at a car can make it explode. They're stupid, but stupid isn't the worst thing. Yeah, easy watching, big dub military guys, two-dimensional villains. Try Hard is probably my favorite. Everyone quotes the one-liners from it, so I guess a lot of people like it. But that end scene, brutal. Yeah, it's a fucking classic. Lex took a deep gulp of their drink and I laughed. Okay, now I see seem like a movie dork. I'm into other shit too. Lex took another big drink, slamming the glass down triumphant. They snickered, tail wagging mischievously. Told you this was a fun game. Okay, what about you then? What was your worst subject in school? I don't know what my worst subject was. I think it was science, but that's not my bad. It's just issues occurred with my with the teachers I had, and basically there was like an entire year where I kind of didn't even have a science teacher, even though I was supposed to. Let's see, ask an easy question. I don't exactly go to the zoo a bunch or anything like that, but I guess I've always been more of a dog person, and not for the obvious being a husky reason. Okay, so you are a husky. Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, like the whole working as a pack thing that wolves have. It's cool, the kind of family structures they have in the wild. And they always seem pretty stoic. That kind of thing always seems pretty cool to me. Same with feral lion prides out on the savannah and all that stuff. I don't think that reflects on antler wolves much as people or anything like that, though. Actually, when I was little, my favorite toy was a giraffe. Don't know why giraffes, but I remember getting the wallpaper and everything when I was younger, stationery at school and all that dumb stuff kids do. Lex was looking a little wobbly now. Their eyes had lost a little of their playful sharpness, and when the husky took a drink, they dripped a little onto the bar. They laughed all the same, though. It was obvious that they were pretty buzzed. Phew, good question. Hey, that's two easy ones in a row. You're just trying to get wasted yourself. Okay, how's this for an easy one? What's your favorite brand of chips? Another one down the hatch. Cheers, dude. Let's see. Yeah, well, okay, but you're drinking two on this one. Fair enough. Right, well, let's preface this with that it happened at college, and no, I'm totally not going to tell you their names or get into any weird details. You're getting the diluted friend-safe version. Well, anyway, so there was this guy in my illustration class, and we got to be pretty good friends. We weren't ever official or anything like that, but we hooked up a lot in our second year. Like I said before, it's usually takes me a long time to want to do stuff with people, but yeah. So they live local, and I used to hang out with him a lot at this house. So, shit, this sounds fucking stupid, and it makes none of us look good either. So I was taking a shower, and we used to do shit in there sometimes, so I had left the door unlocked, but he had a sister, a half-sister, I think, who was like maybe a year or two older than we were. You didn't? Yep. Really? Did she, well, he or she, what, I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure this is female. I could be wrong, though. I mean, I don't know, it gives off female vibes, but I can see how it can also be a male. I mean, I don't really care at this point, but Lex was bright red and squirmed in their seat in a way that was simultaneously cute and very out of character for their tough beer-drinking persona. Yeah, though, to be honest, it was a thing that sort of come up before when I was hanging out there. I knew she was into me and stuff. Like I said, we don't exactly seem not like assholes, but me and the guy were open sexually and neither of us wanted to date. I actually ended up getting closer, like, emotionally to the sister, and we almost dated for a while, too. They weren't, like, weird about it, which maybe says more about them than about me, but yeah, I guess the shower stuff counts. Guess the answer is if you're bi or whatever, too. Oh yeah, that stuff doesn't bother me too much. I know a lot of people see what they want to see in me or whatever. I'm the same, I guess. It doesn't matter much to me. Did the three of you ever, you know? I'm sure that statutes on that in some states that would stop me from being able to clarify certain details. Lex! They were half-siblings in a very athletic family. Anyway, drink, and forget. That glass was definitely a tipping point. I could feel the tingly warmth flushing my cheeks a little as we shared our stories. I was well and truly buzzed now. Good thing I got a cab. Told you I could keep up. Irish blood, dude. Getting there, though? Phew. Okay, you asked a weird question, so I want to know your most public sex story. That fair is fair. Let's see. Favorite band? Oh, that's pretty easy. You know how some people want to get tattoos or haircuts like a band has? The only band I've ever wanted to get something like that for is this prog band called Crowheed. They're kind of like a metal band with the guitars and stuff, but the dude has this high-pitched singing voice. Totally weird because he has this big afro and beard, but yeah, they're my favorite band by far for consistency and just general sound. Wait, so you want a Crowheed tattoo, or do you mean the afro? The tattoo, you doof, can you imagine? But yeah, they rock. You should totally check out their earlier stuff first. It's all based on this universe the lead singer put into a comic book. The later stuff is alright, but it's not got the same weirdness. Sounds like what I'd expect from a prog rock band. They sound pretty cool, though. Dude, you should totally come to a Crowheed concert with me. That'd be like the only time you'd see me fucking dancing. I could stand to dance with you some, I'm sure. Ha, that'd be a fucking train wreck, dude. I can't dance for shit. Lex drank the last of their glass and wobbled a little on their stool. Their nose ring chiming off the glass a little. They looked a little spaced out. They'd definitely had enough now. Gonna fill this in the morning. Okay, this is a tougher one. You said you had a brother, right? What's your most awkward sibling story? Let's see. I would love to know that. I'm pretty sure we kind of do already. But, you know, okay, what was the... Why are you so awesome? Lex, are you a boy or a girl? I'm not gonna ask that question, of course. The reason being is because, you know, they already said they don't really care what you call them, but, you know... Like, if they... Like, I'm pretty sure we'll find out when we need to know. so I don't feel like we really need to ask. I mean, yeah, we hung out the other day, but I feel pretty at home chatting with you, Lex. You're pretty easy to get on with, and and usually I find it hard to just sit and chat with people sometimes. I don't know, Aura, you're pretty cool yourself, though, for the record. Lex shrugged and smiled, tipping their drink my way in a friendly salute. I wouldn't think too hard into it, dude. I know I was in a shitty mood, stuck outside of the club when we first started talking, but I usually get on okay with people when I get around to actually talking with them. Though I know my swearing like a sailor and the piercing and shit kind puts some people off, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I make friends easy, though. I guess being into video games and a lot of music and shit is kinda easy to get along with, though. I can see what you mean about it being kinda easy to chat with you and all, but maybe you're just a little drunk, dude. I know, I can be kinda abrasive and stuff, too. I ain't blind to that, even if you didn't run away when I was giving you shit about Amorous. I guess so, but at the same time, it didn't seem like you were judging me as a person as much as you didn't like the club scene, and I can see why a club that forward could put you off. You didn't even see the pool upstairs or the dancing poles. Oh, geez, okay, we're both taking a drink for that mental image. I figured you'd probably be done by now, dude. No chance, dude, haha. Gonna fill this in the morning. Okay, return question, are you into me? Well, if we're being honest here, like I said, you're awesome, Lex. I think you're on the right track. It's been fucking awesome getting to know you more, Aura. When we're both ready for that kind of thing, which for the record I'm not, drunk or no, there's a reason I'm not trawling Amorous for a quick bounce. I hope you don't keep going back to the club thing, Lex. I'd like to move past it now that we're actually hanging out and stuff. Shit, I'm sorry, Aura. Nah, I'm not holding it against you or anything. I guess I was kinda paranoid meeting up with someone from there. I'm not trying to insult you or anything, just a risk, I guess. Even if I'm already fucking glad I took it. Thanks, Lex. I think I'm done with the game, Lex. Yeah, okay, game over it is. Ha, you got me pretty good there, Aura. I kind of figured you'd be a lightweight. Lex laughed and swayed in their seat a little, flicking their hair out of their eyes. Their two-toned cheeks were flushed under their fur in a way that I couldn't help find a little cute in a certain way. Lex gave me a puzzled look. Dude, what? No, it's nothing. You just seem pretty drunk. Yeah, I think if we kept this up any longer, I'd probably end up regretting it, dude. Well, it was a good couple hours of swapping the shit. Maybe we should call it a night. Lex seemed to pause a moment before offering their hand out as I went to shake. They gave a high five, then a fist pound and a cool fluid motion. I guess I should have figured the slap and dap was more Lex's style than a stuffy handshake or a hug. Tonight was fucking awesome, dude. Give me a call when you're free next, right? Sure thing, Lex. I'll let you know. I got home a little later, stumbling into my room exhausted and a little drunk from the night. I crashed out easily. I got the feeling my time with Lex might have gone better if I stuck around longer, but no point in rushing it.